FFH recaps tell the summarized story of the different campaigns told throughout Forsyth Fantasy Hour. This recap focuses on episodes 0 through 4 of Hilltopper and Pilgrim Season 2. In 8 months, the world of no-wishing has changed. The people have been made aware of a powerful form of magic that has laid dormant for decades. With the Insect Glave's defeat at Tiger Turtle Canyon, the Magical Defense Force, District 6, has become the world's first line of defense against magical crimes that affect the environment and the well-beings of the people of no-wishing. With this awareness of the dangers of ancient magic, a rise in technology has boomed. Automatons, electricity, and long-range communication has become the new normal for people. Now, as the world changes, behind the scenes, a new order emerges. Or I should say, an ancient order re-emerges. The true defenders of no-wishing are the departed guardians, hard at work training to control and diffuse the outbreaks of big magic. Working in tandem with District 6, these heroes are Emmi Hilltopper, Jack Pilgrim, Quentin Shortmarsh, and the rest of their family and friends. As a part of Emmi and Jack's training, and in remembrance of one of the first guardians, Luca Wilkin, each of them have to decide what would happen when they die. As a part of the departed guardian's creed, a guardian must determine if they will leave their spirit residing within their gauntlets to mentor the next guardian who inherits them, or would they let their spirit move on to the next life. Emmi chose to move on to the next life, and Jack chose to reside in the gauntlets, if/when they were to die. As their training was coming to a close, in the town of Horseshoe Pass, a well forge was discovered. Emmi and Jack left to investigate and meet with Edward Hilltopper, Emmi's father and departed guardian informant. Horseshoe Pass was a farming town of centaurs and minotaurs. Very early on in the town's beginnings, a local folk hero slayed a Gynosphinx that was terrorizing the town. Wooly Cherry, the folk hero, was then elected as the town's mayor, who was then preceded by her son, Woolly Apple. Now, Woolly Apple's degenerate behavior and failure to lead caused the village to disown the Woolies, much to the dismay of Woolly Bug, the granddaughter of the former hero. By the time Emmi and Jack arrive, the town erupts in chaos. The dead Gynosphinx rises from her grave and assaults the village. After causing property damage and fear among the town, the Gynosphinx retreats into her grave, a dilapidated castle outside of town. Determined to butcher the beast and restore her family name, Woolybug steals a magical sword from a local caravan, the Spark Merchants, Gimbuck and Paxton, and Emmi, Jack, and Edward follow after Woolybug into the lair, worried that she was unprepared for battle. Edward was also concerned that the reason for this Gynosphinx's resurrection was because of the Wellforge, and was also concerned with the dangers the Wellforge was causing, since it seemed powerful enough to bring back something from the dead. Once they caught up to Bug, they made a deal with her. If the Guardians were able to stop the creature, Bug could be the one to deliver the final blow and take credit for saving the day. Now, they never told her that a Wellforge was the source of the problem. Once in the castle, the party meets with the Gynosphinx in a ghostly projected form. The Gynosphinx, who took the name Nickel, began to play tricks and games on the party, putting them through all sorts of challenges and trials. As the party continued through the fortress, Nickel attempted to drive a wedge between Bug and the Guardians. to no avail. Once frustrated, Nickel used her powers to separate Edward from the group. Afterwards, Nickel's proper form came out, revealing herself to be the Well-Forge incarnate. The Forge of the Remnant took control of Nickel's skeletal body to stop the Guardians from shutting her down. In the past 8 months, the Well-Forges have become sentient and more powerful. However, the Forge can only make a small area where she can be free, which seems to be growing with time. And if the area extends large enough, the town of Horseshoe Pass would be in danger. As if on cue, the people of the village began to lay siege to the castle. Once finding Bug, Emmi, and Jack, they mistook the party's allegiance and assumed that they were some form of cultists resurrecting the Gynosphinx. But Emmi and Jack swayed the villagers. They told the people to seek out the Gynosphinx and destroy it by going to the roof, knowing that the only way to defeat the creature was through the Well-Forge and in the basement. Once in the basement, the Forge had one final attempt to hurt Bug. The Forge showed the history of Horseshoe Pass, Bug's family's failures, and the truth behind Emmi and Jack. That Emmi and Jack were from the departed Guardians and withheld information of Nickel's power. This seemed like the final break in Bug, but Jack was able to talk with her, and he apologized for withholding information, but assured that their deal and their friendship was genuine. Overcoming the dishonesty, Bug helped Emmi and Jack rescue Edward, defeat the Forge of the Remnant, and save the town. With the Forge defeated and the town saved, Emmi and Jack gave Woolly-Bug the confidence she needed to become a hero. She didn't have to mimic her grandmother, nor was she predetermined to fail because of her father. Woolly-Bug was the new hero of Horseshoe Pass because of her good heart and courage to stand up when no one else would. Woolly-Bug returned the sword and parted ways with the departed Guardians. And with their work finished, Emmi, Jack, and Edward hitched a ride with Gimbuck and Paxton and headed back to the Burrow, their current headquarters. Little did they know of a mysterious force that had been watching them. Thanks for listening to Forsyth Fantasy Hour, a podcast created by Scott D. Forsyth, hosted by Tristan Lagan, Vicky Forsyth, and Scott D. Forsyth, with Ben Looper. Intro and outro theme composed and performed by Popski. Logo and art created by Brady Boop, with additional music and sound effects provided by Audio Blocks. Until the next episode, stay safe, adventurers.